Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chanina girl. If you're new here, hey. If you're not new here, hey girl, hey. So look, today I am definitely in my feelings. I am feeling away, girl, because my leasing office, they play entirely too much. They play entirely too much. I'm not even understanding what's going on. I'm not getting a response from anybody, and I'm left with a decision to make, and it's like really inconvenient right now. So anyway, yesterday, y'all, while I was sitting in class, you know, my daughter, she comes and brings me a letter. I look at the letter, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, 3 days to pay or vacate. So I'm like, well, what does that mean? Because the rent is already paid, so maybe this is on the wrong door, right? That's what I'm thinking. Or maybe they put the wrong apartment number and it's got somebody else's name. So that's what I was thinking. So I move it to the side or whatever, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know what? It was bright green, so it was just staring me in my face. So anyway, I look at the letter and it says that you have an unpaid balance of $91. And I'm thinking like, no, we don't, because we paid the rent on time. So there's no late fee or nothing like that. Which I automatically knew that wasn't a late fee, because the late fee is $100. So y'all, what, $9 short? Okay, so anyway, so I'm looking at it and I'm like, now I'm all distracted now because I'm trying to pay attention in class. I'm participating in stuff, but you know, in the back of my mind, I'm still trying to figure out, you know, what's the haps with this, because no, we paid the rent. Okay, now if you guys remember me telling you about how the whole leasing agreement thing went, right? We paid the rent, but we hadn't gotten a renewed lease, and I had to go to the leasing office and all that jazz. I have like a whole thread of emails going back and forth about that and all that. Okay, whatever. But now here we go with this. So I'm like, okay, so I tried calling them. Now, mind you, it's before, as I'm doing, you know, reading this, it's before the leasing office actually opens. So I'm like, okay, dang, I gotta wait till the leasing office open. But in the meantime, let me check my account and see what they talking about, because last time I checked, it had a zero balance. Because the thing is, with our rent payments here, we can't go inside the rent office and pay. You have to either go online or go to like a check cashing place or a place that will allow you to make rental payments. So we normally just do ours online, and it's set up to where you only can pay the amount that is up there, like the balance, right? So if you try to pay anything less, it won't allow you to do it. It won't allow you to do it in increments either. So like if you're somebody that wants to pay half the rent on maybe like what, your first check or whatever for the month, and then you want to do the other half on your second check, or however you want to do it, the system doesn't allow you to do that. So anyway, so I log in and I pull up the account, and I noticed that they literally applied this amount, or this amount was applied like the day before. So on Tuesday, mind you, I got the letter yesterday. Okay, so all right, which yesterday was Thursday. Okay. All right, so it's saying that these things were applied on Tuesday, and I'm looking at all of the charges for the month of July, because I know I'm not crazy, girl. If don't nothing else get paid in this house, the rent is going to get paid, okay? So I'm looking at it, and I'm noticing they got double charges for stuff like pest control, sewage, trash, and something else. I forgot. Oh, the water. There's like a double charge for those. So when I added it all up, it all totaled up to be the $91. So it threw me off, because I'm like, well, all this is included in the rent. So when the rent was paid, all this should have been covered, right? Right? Am I the only one who is not crazy here? Okay. And so I said, okay, well, I did just get a new lease. Let me look at it and make sure that we on the same page. So I look at the lease, and it says exactly what we paid, or the amount that was on the portal anyways. which was what we had to pay for rent. It was the exact amount. So I'm still not seeing what the problem is here. So anyway, so I go to the leasing office yesterday, okay, after I get out of class and shower and all that stuff. So I go down there, and there's somebody else that's down there too for the same reason. And so a guy comes out, because they have to meet us at the door or whatever. If there's like a lot of people, we can't just go in, you know, the whole social distancing and all that stuff. So anyway, so he's telling her to the lady is going to talk to her. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I'll get to talk to somebody about this. So then he's asking me he asked me, he said, hey, whatever. And then I tell him what I'm there for. He tells me to come back, get the letter. Cool, ain't gonna take me but like 30 seconds, okay? Come back, get the letter, go back over there. And he was like, okay, well, yeah, she'll talk to you or whatever. And that's what he said. He said, come in and sit down. So then when I go in, there's 2 other people in there. I don't know if they work there or what. But one lady, I overhear her say, no, don't, that's too much. We're not, don't bring nobody else in here or something like that, right? Like she's trying to mumble it with her mask on, but I could still understand what she was saying, right? So then he comes over to me and brings me this. So this is just basically the person to contact on corporate. So when he gave it to me, I was like, oh, okay, so you guys are aware of what's happening with the rent or whatever. And he was like, yeah, just contact corporate and they will respond. It's been 24 hours. Okay, because when I came back home, I immediately sent an email, and I've been waiting on a response ever since. So initially, before I went to the leasing office, when we had a break in class, I put together an email with screenshots of, our confirmation payment number, and then a screenshot of the additional charges or whatever they were to me. Additional charges that, because we've already paid those. But anyway, so I put screenshots of that, and just my professional email, sent it to them. So when he gave me this email for corporate, I copied and pasted that same exact email and sent it over to them. Now, prior to me coming on camera now, I've just sent them an email. Well, first of all, I've called over there, nobody's answering the phone. So I sent another email to corporate reiterating, hey, we got an issue here with the rent. Y'all are talking about filing warrants for eviction and stuff like that. No ma'am, no ham. This needs to be resolved before they do that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, this whole situation is so crazy. And so I haven't gotten a response yet. So I shot him another email not that long ago, and we just gonna see how the rest of the day goes, you guys. I'm hoping that this will be resolved. So here's where I'm left at with this, okay? It's either wait until someone responds back and say, hey, we made a mistake, because that's technically what that is. It looks like a clerical mistake on their end, okay? Hey, we made a mistake, and whatever, we apologize. We didn't communicate this to our residents, and don't worry about it, okay? But here's the problem. Tomorrow today is the last day to either pay this money or have a chance of them filing for a warrant for eviction and taking possession of the property. That's what I'm trying to avoid, because I don't want to wake up and then next thing I know, my stuff is getting moved out because of a discrepancy with the leasing office, right? So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's like, do I go ahead and pay the $91 and just hope? Not hope, because no, if I pay the $91 and they realize, they go back and correct their mistake, that $91 better be credited to my account, okay? It needs to be credited to my account. Because if not, then we have a whole nother situation, right? We have a whole nother, that somebody's stealing. We got a whole nother situation. Somebody out here taking money. So anyway, that's where we at with that. So I'm gonna come back later because I have to go to class, but I'm gonna come back later and give you guys an update on, today is Friday, so I'm gonna give you guys an update on my first 2 weeks, how it went for me in certification class, and then we're just gonna go the rest of the day. All right.
Something keeps on holding me back now. Something keeps on dragging me down. I'm screaming but you can't hear a sound, and I'm not being honest. Let's get back to that song. Oh yeah. You make me feel something special, like something I've never felt before. Now I'm not the type to need somebody else, but I want you here by my side. Can you give me what I need? 'Cause I'm not sure if I can bleed. No.
Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chanina. If you're new here, hey. If you're not new here, hey girl, hey. Welcome back. Alright y'all, so I just finished talking to my mama. And so I'm in the Dollar Tree. And she is doing wonderful. But I was walking around because I came down here. Y'all know I had to switch out Olivia's pants for a different brand. Got the same size, but a different brand. And now I'm looking at these books. These books done caught my attention. Let's see, Ready to Fail. Being strong means letting go. Let's see. So what's the book about? When his mother dies of cancer, instead of facing his loss, high school sophomore Max Friedman imagines that her children. Oh, okay. Alright. Where is it? This one. Lose weight and transform your health, empower essential oils and bioactive foods. This is the one that's catching my attention the most. Carrier oils, olive oil, coconut oil. I wonder if my mom would be interested in this. I might get that for my mom. This I'm gonna get for Olivia. I'm looking for book 1. Let's see. What is this? So Much Life Left Over. A novel by Corellis. Darkest Star. Let's see. Does anyone read books anymore? I'm actually looking for another one of these because I want one for myself, but if I can't find one for myself, it's cool. I think my mom would like this because she was in the hospital, and we were talking about on the phone just now about how she wants to change. You know, she's been changing her diet and stuff like that ever since she's gotten out of the hospital. And so it was funny, right when she was saying that is when I spotted this book. So I'm gonna get her this book. And let me see what's down here. And I'm gonna get Olivia this book. What is this? Oh, I was just The 3 Powers. The Sword Femin. Is that what that is? Is that how you say that? Ooh, the Geometry Pasta. Oh, this is a recipe book. Oh my gosh, it has recipes in there. Let's see. Green beans, heavy cream, cinnamon, and clove. Butter bread, for truffling. Oh man, no. This is so cool. Oh. Okay. So let's see. Stylish, knowledgeable, and witty, and instant classic. Wheels and tubes, twists and folds, and grooves. Pasta comes in hundreds of shapes, each with its own unique history, beauty, and place on the dinner table. Da, 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 da. Okay, so the geometry of pasta pairs over 100 authentic recipes from acclaimed chef Jacob Kennedy with award-winning design cast. How the brand stunning black and white designs to reveal the science, culture, and philosophy behind spectacular pasta dishes from throughout Italian history. Oh, okay, I like that, but I'm not gonna get that today, but I like it. All right. The super carb diet. All right. The essential oils diet. All right, let's keep walking. I really came in here to get some more Band-Aids, honestly. Y'all, these don't get the Dollar Tree brand because when you go to remove it, it'll take the paint off your wall. Or at least it did for me. Alright, there's nothing in here. Oh, let me get Olivia a cord. The cord she bought that we came in here and got her the other day, it doesn't fit her tablet, so let's see if I can see a smaller one. Okay, before I buy another one, I'm gonna have to look inside the closet in the hallway to make sure there's not a this one might fit. I'm gonna try. Yeah, this size is too big. This one might work because this looks like the size of the one that she uses for my other phone. Alright, anyway, let me get out of this Dollar Tree, y'all. Yeah, y'all know when we come inside Kroger, what we got to do. We got to check out the clearance section because you never know what you're going to run into. When I was in here last, I ran into all of that 30-cent toilet paper. Let's see. I don't see anything today. They got some marshmallow, fruity pebbles. What's this? Prime seasoning. Citrus poblano. Used by March 24th of 2021. Girl, it's July. It's gonna be August in a couple weeks. Alright. Anyway, there's nothing over here. All of that toilet paper is gone. He had put it all on the bottom shelf. Alright, so I'm in Kroger because Olivia called me when I was inside the mall, saying that she needed more lettuce and more cheese for salads. I'm all for healthy eating, so I am here to meet that request. Y'all, I'm done with all my errands. I just came out of the beauty supply store, so I was able to find me some hair color. So now I guess I'll go home, y'all. Oh gosh, it felt so good being out here by myself. No husband, no kids. Girl, a peace of mind for me to think, handle my business without being thrown off the path. It felt good, so now it's time to go back home to reality of home and family life. I definitely enjoyed this quiet time to myself. It gave me a lot of time to think about some stuff, put some things into perspective. As far as what I want out of my life, I'll be 40 this year, so I've already lived half my life, it seems like. So now I got to figure out how I want to live the rest of it. But yeah, so I'm gonna go home. I've got to finish up some homework from certification training, so I was up till about 1 o'clock this morning working on that because I couldn't sleep. I was so stressed out about this whole rent situation, which, by the way, before I left the house today, I did manage to get in contact with someone from the leasing office. Today is Saturday, by the way, for those that's been following the story. But anyway, so yeah, it was a whole mix up with the lease and them not getting us the lease on time and all this jazz, and the whole thing was just crazy. So he said he's gonna waive the $91 because it wasn't supposed to be applied to begin with, and that there was a mix up with the lease because he was out of town and then I was dealing with somebody else, and they had already sent me the lease, and then I guess he sent another one and it wasn't. So y'all, it was just a long drawn out story. So I'm so glad I was able to get that taken care of, because it would have really put me in a bad mood this whole weekend, because I don't like when I can't get responses to stuff, you know. And even this morning, you guys, I still haven't received an email from corporate. But he said, don't worry about it. It was a mistake, yada, yada, yada. So I'm glad I was able to talk to somebody before I left the house today, because I don't think my weekend would have went too calm. I think I would have been stressed out over the whole weekend. Anyway, so I'm going to go home. I'll probably clean the hall bathroom. The hall bathroom is a hot ass mess, and I need to clean it up. Really, I need to get the kids to clean it, but y'all, they so lazy. Anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say at the moment, so I'll check back with you guys in a little bit.